Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cross Stitch Leathers, aka Sky, and today I'm going to show you how to make the Mabel sweater from the cartoon Gravity Falls.
Mabel, do you believe in ghosts?
I believe you're a big dork.
The majority of stitches we'll be using throughout this video is simple knit stitch. We'll be using basic crochet stitches, back loop crochet stitches, slip stitches, that's it. Slip stitches, that's it. The only tools you'll need for this is the Sentro knitting machine. I used double knit acrylic wool throughout this project. The recommended crochet needle is 4mm and the recommended knitting needles is 3.7 to 4.5. Of course, I didn't use knitting needles, I used my Sentro machine, and for the parts when I did use my crochet hook, I used a 3.5 hook. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me. My Instagram is this, or you could leave a comment below. Anything you want to know, let me know. I will do my best to help you out.
So we're gonna start off with 3 balls of yarn, 2 of which being waste yarn and 1 of which being the main color material for the jersey. We're going to start by casting on 47. And you're going to do about 10 rows in a knit stitch. You don't have to do 10, I would say no less than 5 rows, but about 10 rows in the waste yarn. Once you've completed 10 rows in the waste yarn, you're going to swap it out for the main color. When you replace the yarn, be sure to wind up some yarn for later use. I used way too much. I have anxiety and I take way more than I need. You do not need to use that much. And to change color, all you're really going to do is lead up to the first stitch and just replace the yarn. It's really that easy. We're going to do a simple knit for 80 rows. Once you're done with that, you're going to wind up some more yarn for later use and then just finish off with some waste yarn. I have no method for this. I don't do a certain amount of rows. I just go until my waste yarn's finished and let it fall out. It's quite pleasing. Anyways. And there we have it. There's a whole panel. You can stretch it out, relax the stitches, get it into a kind of shape you want. And we're going to make 4 more of these panels. But first, let me show you how to remove the waste yarn safely. So to remove the waste yarn, we're going to use this excess yarn that we made at the beginning of our project and loop it through these little, let me show you, these little pink stitches you see along the blue yarn. We're going to insert our hook in that and do some slip stitches all the way through, and that's going to give it a really nice finish, as well as secure the project so that we can safely remove the waste yarn without anything bad happening or without the project falling apart. And once we're done with that, we're going to insert the hook in the last stitch, pull it through like a simple slip stitch, but we're going to chain 1 I guess it's not really necessary to chain one. I just do that because I'm worried something will happen. I don't know. But yeah, just chain one and cast off like normal. And now that that's been done, I'm assuming on both sides, we can safely remove the waste yarn. And there we go. Okay, so at this point, you should have 4 panels nice and secure. We're going to now sew 2 panels together. We're going to get something that looks like this, right? And this will be our front and back panels. So to sew it together, all we're going to do is a slip stitch, just like we did earlier. To sew the panels together, we're going to have the right side facing each other, the right side being the side where the stitches look nice and neat. We're going to insert our hook in the corner of the back side of the panels, both of them, okay? So just like I'm doing here on camera. We're going to pull a thread through, tie a neat little knot, make it a double knot, because why not? Pull our needle through one more time. Just like that. Pull a yarn through, make a loop. And now we're going to do slip stitches all the way through the panel. You're going to insert your hook where you see those little V's on the panel. Through both of them. Pull it through. Nice and easy, right? We're going to do this all the way through. If you've done 80 rows on both of them, they should align perfectly. And to finish off, we're going to go into the last loops, pull through like normal, and yarn over and make one final loop just for extra security. Again, you don't have to do that, but I just feel like I need to do it. Okay, and then we're just going to, I don't know what this is called, like tie a knot at the end, like a yarn knot, or I don't know. Just a normal knot, just to secure it. And make it a double knot. And we'll tuck in the ends later. Or maybe never. No, I'm kidding. You should definitely tuck in your ends. But anyways, this is what it looks like, all done and secure. Nice and neat. Now, moving on to the sleeves. I've already put on my waste yarn. I'm going to get some extra excess yarn and... Would you look at that? You guys know what's coming, right? Yarn vomit.
2 hours later.
Sorry if I burst your eardrums. I had to let out that frustration. Anyways, for the sleeve, we're going in a tube for about 100 rows. You can do more or less depending on how you like your sleeves. But I like them being extra long and chunky. On another note, how do you guys avoid yarn vomit or yarn babies? Because I can't stand... Is it my fault? Am I pulling the yarn out wrong? I don't know. Anyways, here's a sleeve. Now, don't panic. It looks like it's going to be too small, but do not stress. What we're going to do is break the spine of the yarn. Absolutely destroy it. And now it's like a normal sleeve. Whenever you make a piece on the Sentro machine, you just have to relax the stitches a bit. So here's our first look of what the jersey is going to look like. All the panels are done. All that's left is to stitch it. Here's the first try on of the jersey. It kind of looks cute as an off-the-shoulder kind of thing, but of course we can't leave it like that. I think the neckline is going to be like here. I'm currently working on the cuffs, and the cuffs are pretty standard. It's a chain of 10. Put chain 1 to start off the next row, and then it's back loop stitches, and that creates really nice cute ridgings. I made the ribbing for the collar, the turtleneck. It's 27 stitches in width. I'm not too sure how many rows it is. I just kind of eyeballed it. The goal is really just to make it long enough to fit around the neck hole, gap, whatever you want to call it. These are back loop stitches. I did 1 row normal, 1 row back loop, 1 row normal, 1 row back loop, and that creates this edging. You could do the back loop in every row, and that would just make it have edging on both sides, so you see the side is flat whereas the side is edged. But I didn't think it was necessary, so I just did it one side normal, one side back loop. So I've kind of mapped out the star. You can kind of see it. It goes like this. I'm not too sure about this. This feels a bit off, so I might readjust that. But I'm going to go over it in a duplicate stitch. I didn't map out the rainbow part yet because I don't have enough stitch markers, but I know I want the purple to start just under the armpits, kind of go in there, and I can't remember what's at the bottom. I think it's orange, so the orange will maybe go in and meet here. So I kind of mentally know what I want to do. I do have this rough sketch I did on Stitch Fiddle, but I'm not going to follow it too accurately because the total stitch count doesn't match that of my bodice. So body panel, I don't know what to call it, but they don't line up, so I'm not using this very accurately. I'm just going to half free-handed, half follow this, if that makes sense.
Play the intro. Play the intro.
It's too late. You missed it.
You don't trust me? I can protect the earth all by myself. Don't you believe me?
Finding you by moonlight. Running from a little fight. She is the one named Sailor.
It doesn't look that great, but I think it's okay for my first time doing duplicate stitches, so it's okay. So yay, that's done. And now I just need to add that rainbow. I made little markers here. I'm just gonna eyeball it. So I think, I can never remember the colors. I think it's purple, like blue, green, orange. So it's 3 colors, and I think I'm just gonna make them come down, get smaller and meet like here. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. Yeah, and then it's all done. So that's very exciting. Here it is, all done. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy. I already showed you how I created the star. And the rainbow portion, I really just eyeballed it. It's whatever you feel like flows nicely. The most important thing, and you can see I kind of struggled to capture this, but it just has to create like that kind of shape. But I'll give you a more or less guide of how I did it. So for the purple, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. For the purple, I did 15 rows down, and I met it just at the tip of the right hand of the star, and I compressed it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. For the greenish color, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows down, compressed it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows down, and it ends just as the leg of the star starts. And for the orange, I did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows down, and compress that to 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And I ended it a bit before the leg ended. So you can use that as sort of like a guide and just make it form this shape, a rainbow shape. And that is it. It is done. This is so exciting. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm happy. Yes. Please like and subscribe. It really helps boost the video. Yes. And yeah, I have a lot more tutorials coming. So if you're interested, do please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon, okay? Bye-bye!
Get out of here! Darn beautiful men!